There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear.
FlintTalkRadio.com. You're tuned in to the Ryan Eashoo Show. How are you, friends? It's been a couple weeks since I've been on the air, but I am back after a wonderful Thanksgiving with family and friends, and feel very happy about that. Ate a lot. And yeah, we're back on the air at our new time. The Ryan Eashoo Show is live every week on Thursdays from 3 to 4 p.m. We hope that you're out there listening today. If not, spread the words. Put it into your plan or your schedule, and make sure you tune in to FlintTalkRadio.com, the Ryan Eashoo Show, Thursdays from 3 to 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Wow, lots to talk about, lots going on. Looks like Tiger Woods is just falling apart. I mean, the guy took an indefinite leave of absence from golfing to try to patch things up with his wife. And we'll see how that goes. If you have $1 billion, who cares? You can take some time off. I mean, you're the world's greatest golfer, so that's not going to hurt him at all, you know.
Well, you don't have $1 billion for long. I guess she's leaving him.
Oh, that's the latest?
Yeah, that's the latest I saw last night. So that might have changed. But
Smart woman.
Oh, yeah, $500 million. Woo! And, yeah.
She's going to take him to the cleaners. You know that. I mean, I heard that she bought a home off an island off of Sweden. Yeah. Wow, lucky her. See, that's a smart woman, John. You know, you marry the golfer, you stay with him, and basically he's doing all these women. I heard the number's up in the 20s now. You know, and I've heard there's a couple Flint women that are actually slept with Tiger during the Buick Open, and they're waiting to come forward as well. I don't know if you heard that or not.
No, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
But see, that ties us to the national, international
A couple
scene.
Flint women
Yeah.
screwed Tiger Woods here at the Buick Open. It's true.
Yeah, I hear a lot of stuff goes on there. So.
They're going to come forward.
Yep.
So that's interesting. So stay tuned for more information about that. Also in the Flint area, I drive around selling real estate in the area, and I've been driving by the parks a lot lately. I just drove by Ballinger Park at the corner of Flushing Road and what's that, Ballinger right there? Is that Ballinger? Yeah, I think that's Ballinger.
No, it's like that's the one up there by Flushing Road. That's
Flushing and
that's Chevrolet, isn't it?
Chevrolet's the next one down.
The next one down. That must be Ballinger. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's
I'm drawing
Ballinger
a blank.
Park.
I'm drawing a
it's
blank.
right there. The Fraternity Rose right there.
Right.
But I drove by there, and it was really sad because you might remember they used to have a stage, a rock stage, built of like all rocks. It's been there since the 30s. Mm-hmm. It's gone now.
Really?
They tore out the seats. They tore out everything. And as I drove by, it really pissed me off because, you know, our park system in the city of Flint is one of the best in the country.
It used to be anyway.
It used to be, and it still can be with the right people at the helm. And it pissed me off because that stage was very unique. Some could say it was historic with the different people that have talked on this stage and did performances, and they've just bulldozed it. Now it's just like a barren piece of dirt.
We do that to a lot of history, though, here in Flint. We've done that to so many pieces of history here. Just bulldozing them, and then no concern, no regard for it.
But we need to stand up as people in the city and say, wait a minute, what the hell are you doing? We have a parks millage. I have a tax bill here where we actually have a parks millage where money goes for the parks. So if that money is going to the parks, why are my parks and your parks, John, and all the listeners out there, why are the parks not mowed? Why are they not taken care of? Why are they tearing down buildings and different structures on these parks? Why aren't they have programs for the kids to use? Like when my parents were kids and my grandma and grandpa were kids, there was activities in the park. People were in the park. You drive by parks today and there's nobody using the parks. You know, the basketball hoops are all screwed up. It's overgrown. There's fallen trees. There's garbage and debris. And I think that's the people of the city of Flint need to stand up and say, wait a minute, we're being taxed and that money is not being used properly. And this goes back, I mean, ever since I can remember, I don't know a park that's been really maintained, except currently Kersley Park has turned itself around.
Whaley Park too. Whaley Park, they just put like a kiosk in the middle of it. It gives you all the information. It gives you a map of the park and like a satellite overview, and then they also got like a but contain a couple of places where you can get information from there, like little packets, and then you also get there's a dispenser there for doggy poo bags. So yeah, it's right there by the ballpark, by the ball diamonds right there off the
doggy poo bags.
Yeah, doggy poo bags. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. And see, and like the park system, we need a parks director that lives here, that cares, that's going to be proactive, and we need to make sure every cent of the parks millage goes to the parks. And I even thought about, I thought, wow, I'd love to be the parks director, because the job would be so, I mean, you have all this stuff to do, a monumental task. And the parks really, besides Kearsley and Whaley, for the most part, are shit. Mm-hmm. They're in disrepair. So you'd only have one way to go, and that's up.
Yeah.
And you could really do some nice things with it. And to me, it'd be exciting to wake up every morning and be able to go out there and okay, we're going to focus on this park. We're going to get a system down, when they're going to be mowed and when trash is going to be picked up, and work with the neighborhood groups around those parks to make sure that they help adopt that park. And we really, here in Flint, we have to re-educate the people, because the kids that are basically from 6 months to 10 years old, 15 years old, they don't know how to respect a park. Mm-mm. They've never been taught to. And a lot of people are very negative. They say, oh, the kids don't respect the parks. Well, if the city doesn't respect the parks and maintain it, you can't expect the kids to respect a park that's not taken care of. I mean, you just can't. It's kind of, it's that old adage. I mean, it takes a village to raise a child. And I think we have to educate the kids and the youth to maintain their parks and to use them. Have someone in there that's going to really, put programming in place so that families and kids can go in the parks. And I want to applaud the effort of the group that's in Kearsley Park, Kay Kelly, and her group, and the volunteers, and the residents of the east side of Flint that have taken that park and said, you know what? This is our park. We're taking it back, and this is what we're going to do. And they don't let people screw around in that park.
When I was a kid, we cleaned up. I was in Cub Scouts. We cleaned up both Whaley and Kearsley Park as a part of, we just met on a Saturday. We were there from 9 to 2, and we cleaned that whole park up, picked up the debris. They had trucks from the city that helped us. Some people had dumped bed springs or something into the creek and stuff like that, and they were there to pull up the bigger debris and carry it away. And we did that several times growing up, so we did that. There was always something that those two parks always got quite a bit of attention from the local residents.
Sure. And sledding at Kearsley Park, I remember as a kid, awesome. Sledding and tobogganing and snowboarding and stuff. It was awesome. It's awesome there. I can't wait till we get a fair amount of snow. I plan on, with some buddies and me, to go out there and do a little snowboarding and sledding and stuff this winter. The programs that they have at Kearsley Park is awesome. The leadership they have is there is awesome. The ball fields. I just came down Chavez, yep. And the ball field is beautiful. The playscapes are beautiful. It's been mowed, maintained, and it's like, wow, we need to take that program and kind of clone it to every park in the city.
That's I think they got a huge endowment from the Mott Foundation or some other foundation.
The Ruth Mott Foundation helps provide funding for that park.
Yeah, because that's it was actually it's in better shape now, I think, than even when I was a kid. And
really,
they had Safetyville there, but it was a lot of some parts look like derelict. Some remnants of it, parts of it. Now it looks really decent, man. Really, all the way through the park. Because a large portion, because they got so much emphasis on it. I think it's tied to Mott Community College now too. That's what I've heard.
Yeah, they're involved with it too.
They're involved with it too.
And see, that's what I'm talking about. Take this Kearsley Park, for instance, and use that as kind of a nucleus, and that's what you need to take and emulate throughout the other parks, because they're teaming up with the neighborhood, with Mott Community College. They have a director of that park, Kay Kelly, who I say let's vote her in as director of Parks and Rec. She has the personality, the know-how, and her passion is contagious. She gets people involved. She doesn't really want the credit. She wants a better park, and let's make that throughout the whole city. Riverbank Park and Ballinger Park and McFarland Park and Potter Park. There's so many parks in the city, and I really get disturbed when I hear people in the city or city leaders say, "Let's get rid of the parks. Let's sell them off." No, that's the bad mentality to have. It's all about positive thinking. What we need to do, John, is we need to say to ourselves, you know what? Our population has shrunk, but we're going to get big again. This city is going to boom here in the next 5 to 10 years, and we want to make sure that we keep these parks, maintain them, So when we do boom and we go back to a thriving and bustling city, we have this park system that will enable the residents to recreate in the parks like other cities do. You know, I go to Ann Arbor, I go to Grand Rapids. In the spring, the parks are just full of people. And in the summer, you know, and these parks don't have lakes or anything or, you know, really big attractions, but they're pushing strollers, they're walking, they're playing football, they're walking their dogs, they have a picnic, they're laying on a blanket. And a part of a good city and a cool city, you know, to bring up the governor's wording, is to have a park system that people can actually use. And I would argue with anybody out there, basically overall our park system is unusable. I mean, there are a few parks, like we've said, that are in shape or getting in shape, but for the most part, you go to these parks and they're not taken care of. You know, if you go up to Welch Boulevard and actually Hammerberg or Ballinger, it's up there on Welch, but Brownell's up there. It's a big park up there. I think, is that Bonner Park? Brownell Park?
There's so many parks there.
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank. We got probably 20 parks that I can't read off. I know Kersley, Whaley, Potter, Long Way. I've seen those, but you know, Riverbank. Then the other one there by right by the cultural center there, Burroughs Park.
Yeah,
beautiful place.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, we have we got some of the best parks for a city the size we are. We get some of the best parks I think you can get.
Exactly, and that's what people don't realize. But how do we get people back using the parks? I think the first step is to get someone at the wheel of the park system that actually can, you know what the hell they're doing. Plus, and half the time, you know, you probably heard of the biggest thing of any job or success is showing up. And I think as far as the park systems go, the biggest thing that we need is someone just to have passion. They might not have a degree in, you know, parks and rec or, you know, urban planning or stuff like that, but they have the passion and the know-how and the time, and actually someone that lives in our city that can run this park system. Because I honestly think that that's one of the things that we need to do, is to get the parks back into tip-top shape, and then start with the youth, start with the schools, having the kids take pride, maybe have contests and classes, and incorporate schools into parks, get the neighborhoods involved, the churches involved, and things of that nature to get these parks back in action. And that's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see us focus on the parks. We have a millage for that. We have money directly going to that. I believe it's illegal to be using that money for anything but the parks. And, you know, we need to demand that. I think, you know, that's what we deserve. So if anybody out there talks to a city council person or the mayor, make sure to bring that up.
Because, I mean, I know they're going to say, though, they don't have the budget and stuff like that, but there's initiatives like I've seen if the city would just provide the trucks to pull stuff away, which is some cost, but it's not as much as they actually had workers on the ground doing the work for them, just, you know, carrying away the debris. Like that's happened in the past. I mean, Dave Hurley here, right down the street from where the studio's at, he's done quite a bit of stuff for cleaning up the east side here. I don't know if you know who he is.
Yes,
Dave,
I do.
Yeah,
Dave,
good guy. And he's been a lifelong resident of the east side, and he's really actively involved. He's done a lot of work, and he and his family are always out there working during the spring and summer. And, you know, so this stuff's there, you know. So
definitely. So that was one thing that's on my mind today, is just the park system in general. And how do we get it back to where it once was? And don't sell off the parks. You know, I mean, that's one of the worst things you can do, is sell off the parks or the resources that the city has, because that's a negative thinking. And if you're thinking negative, let's shrink the city, let's sell the parks, let's you know, harvest the lumber. You know, how are you going to succeed? How are you ever going to thrive, flourish? Because that negative energy, you're basically saying to yourself, okay, we're going to sell the parks because this city's a shithole and we're never going to improve it. Well, no, that's the wrong attitude to have. The attitude to have is, this city's going to thrive again, it's going to flourish again, and we're going to take positive steps to maintain our parks, because we have the money to do it. We have a parks millage. There's thousands of nonprofits out there and foundations that actually give money for different initiatives.
Well, besides, if we're going to a college town, I don't know any college city that doesn't have a lot of the parks, or they had a huge, you know, dependency on those parks being there. Right. And if that's our game plan, And it's probably the most intelligible one we have. I mean, that's the best option we have is to keep the parks. They shouldn't be costing that much to maintain. They shouldn't really be costing that much. I mean, mowing them and stuff like that's money, but, it's not like they're not building things there,
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. And we have enough areas in the city where we could tear down stuff or vacant factories or what have you that we can develop those areas instead of cutting into our park system. So I'm a very, very big advocate for the parks. And anything that I can do, any listeners out there that want to start a group or any city councilmen or public officials that are listening today or in the future that say, well, Eashoo, put your, actions speak louder than the words. I'm here, I volunteer, and I'll do what I can to improve the parks, whatever I can do. Here I am. So with that said, I'm going to go off my parks rant. I want to remind everybody out there that the Whiting Auditorium is featuring Hairspray. It's Broadway's big fat musical comedy hit. You can go to hairsprayontour.com. At the Whiting, actually it's not the auditorium anymore, it's just the Whiting. Sounds fancier. Ticket prices went up 10% when they changed it from the Whiting Auditorium to the Whiting. But the Whiting will be here March 4th, 2010 at 7:30 p.m. Only one show only. Tickets range from $31 to $69. Make sure you go check out Hairspray at the Whiting. Also, if you're not a Hairspray fan, maybe you're an Annie fan. That's right, Annie is coming to the Whiting December 13th. 2 shows. They just had another show at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Tickets range from $19 to $59 at the Whiting and the Flint Cultural Center. Contact the Whiting for more information at 810-237-7333 or check them out online at thewhiting.com. What's so funny?
Just look at the comment there. This my Fathom.
Oh yeah, welcome Fathom.
Fat Tom.
Fat Tom?
Yeah, Fat Tom.
And for the listeners out there, it's P-H-A-T.
Right, fat.
Not F-A-T.
Yeah.
Let's see. Fat Tom says, but they bitch and moan about these old factory lots because of their contamination. They don't want to build or develop on them. But there's plenty they can develop on those to be reused at a discount. The sun will come out tomorrow. Yes. I agree. But Annie, check it out. Fat Tom, if you want to go to thewhiting.com. We want to welcome Fat Tom to the Ryan Eashoo Show. Don't forget the Yoga Loft featuring yoga at the Buckham Gallery in downtown Flint, located at 134 and a half West 2nd Street, downtown Flint. Go check out the Yoga Loft. Their slogan is, claim your space in a peaceful place.
They're supposed to be here after 3:30 tomorrow. Some people from the fat
what?
They're supposed to be here from the the Yoga Loft to
Really?
be here tomorrow. Talking about what yoga is going to be doing for
And
them.
you really want to go to yoga because there's a lot of hot chicks in yoga.
I
And they're
don't-
bending and they got spandex and everything's real tight.
Now Ryan's showing he's a pervert. No. Yeah.
And you always want to sit in the back at yoga.
Yeah. You're supposed to be participating, Ryan. It's not a spectator sport.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
It really is. I mean, you go to yoga and you're like, wow.
Yeah. So they're supposed
Your
to be.
legs are behind your head.
I don't think I can do that.
Are you guys getting a visual out there?
Yeah.
So Yoga Loft, check them out on Facebook, Yoga Loft Flint, or go to yogaloftflint.com or contact my friend Lois at 397-6091, and she can tell you when the classes are. Also, if you're in downtown Flint, don't forget to check out the Good Beans Cafe. Constantly supporting community culture and arts, the Good Beans Cafe is located at 328 North Grand Traverse in Flint. You can check them out online at www.goodbeanscafe.com. Meeting space, theater, the anteroom. It's a great place to go. Take a friend there. Located in Flint's historic Carriagetown neighborhood. Next up on our agenda today, we are talking about Christmas. Christmas is upon us. People are running around like chickens with their heads cut off to get ready for Christmas. And it just makes me think with the recession here, or the recession ending, or whatever you want to call it. It's not about the presents and stuff like that. It's about spending time with family and friends, and that's something I think as you get older, you really recognize. because you're only here on this earth for a certain time, and you know, it's when you're a kid, it's about Santa, it's about presents, it's about this and that, but realistically, it's about spending time with family and friends and doing things for other people and just being thankful. And I think that's what people lose with all the shopping. And we are born to consume. Christmas is not about praising Jesus, and it's not about eating nuts or giving, or spending time with family. We've been taught, and it's been beaten into our brains to consume. It's a truth. I mean, you when we're out there in life, I mean, basically, if you don't get the zit medication, you're gonna have acne, and if you have acne, the girl's not gonna fuck you. So in reality, you got to buy the acne stuff, that $30, to not have the acne in order to get laid. So you got to consume that. And then you got to have the nice car in order to get the girl or get the guy in order to get laid.
It's still more incumbent on the guy to have the nice car and the nice, all the stuff. The girl basically is just like the one that you're trying to, is basically the prize you're trying to get. Basically,
right.
Yeah, let's face it.
But you see the billboards, and what kind of jeans do you have? It's like you got to wear this certain jeans and this certain look. It's all about consume, buy. You got to have this stuff. And it's like, that's bullshit. You don't have to have this stuff. It's just be yourself. And I think that's what we've lost track on. And it goes hand in hand with Christmas. Mm-hmm. Because, it's not about spending time with family and baking and spending, drinking. It's all become consume. It's about the presents. It's about the gifts. It's about the makeup. It's about stuff like that.
Okay.
So.
Did you what Fat Tom wrote? Just you wanted to pull that up and take a look at it?
Let's see. Fat Tom. They've ruined so much about the true meaning of Christmas. It's become commercialized. I agree. And then I was at Lowe's the other day and said Merry Christmas to a bunch of workers, and they said to me, "Thank you. You don't know how much I appreciate hearing someone say actual Merry Christmas to me." Exactly. Where did Christmas go?
Because some people are offended by that. I don't understand that. It's like
what is the popular? Okay, we have 300 million people in America.
Right.
Isn't it 80% are Christian of some denomination?
At least professing to some form of Christianity, yes.
So for the most part, I'm putting my legs up here, relaxing. So for the most part, the overwhelming majority of Americans are some sort of Christian.
Right.
And so the smallest percentage is not. So why are we as Americans, why do I have to say Happy Holidays and not Merry Christmas? Why are we expected to say that? And why are other people saying that? If we offend somebody, it's not like we're doing it purposely.
Well, the thing is, I think it's kind of absurd enough. I went to a largely Muslim nation, and they were celebrating one of their New Year, which is actually more of a joyful occasion because Ramadan's really, really arduous. I mean, they can't eat from sun up to sundown each day. They get to eat at sundown. So that's and that's one of the longest lunar or solar months. I forget it's lunar or solar months of the year. So they actually try that's what it is as a kind of a thing to put to test their mettle, basically. But I don't see if I was a Muslim nation in a Muslim nation, they were around saying Happy New Year, that particular day. How would I get offended by that? I mean, it's just you accept the lay of the land, the bulk of the majority of the population's like that. I mean, how can you get offended? They're celebrating these things that existed before you were born. I think it's really stupid, So.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Why do I purposely, here's what I want my listeners to do. Okay, here's what I want you guys to do. I want you to go out there, and every time you see someone, when you go to the gas station, I want you purposely, from here until Christmas, even after Christmas, from now until January 1st, because, there's 12 days of Christmas, I want you to say Merry Christmas to people. Okay? Anywhere you go, if it's the bank, it's the credit union, if it's the store, if it's the gas station, if it's the titty bar, if it's the, it's the Fuji Health Spa in Dort Highway, I don't care what it is. I want you to say Merry Christmas. Let's put the Christmas back into the holiday.
I agree. I mean, I think it's kind of, why are we so sensitive to everybody else's feelings, but we're supposed to neglect our own traditions? I don't understand that,
Because we're afraid to offend people. I mean, everyone should be able to say what they want. I mean, it's one thing to insult somebody purposely.
Right.
But for me, just to throw out there, hey, Merry Christmas.
Right.
And then I say it to a Jewish person. They could say, well, thank you. I'm actually Jewish and I celebrate
Hanukkah.
Kwanzaa. And I could say, okay, well, happy Kwanzaa. So that's not doing something purposely. That's just, hey, it happens.
Right.
So we need to get back to that. So the listeners out there, Merry Christmas everywhere you go. And if let's be honest, if you're Jewish, say Happy Hanukkah. If you celebrate Kwanzaa, say Merry Kwanzaa. If you're atheist, say whatever you say.
Winter solstice.
Winter solstice. Yes. Happy solstice. So whatever you are, say it, because when did you see this change happen?
Actually, I saw it in the 80s developing. It's gotten worse since then. I mean, it's like we find who we are as offensive, and we find our culture offensive, which is we have the self-loathing about our own culture, which is largely from a Christian perspective. I mean, that's a fact,
Sure, and I don't push things on anybody, okay? But I think that if I'm Christian and I celebrate Christmas and I say Merry Christmas to you and you don't, you're an atheist, then so what? You know what I mean? No skin off my ass.
I have a friend who's an atheist, and he said when people say Merry Christmas to him, he's like, it's a day I know most people celebrate, so it's like I don't get offended by that. And he's an atheist. I mean,
right.
There's several types of atheists, and some people are out there like, I want to make sure I'm going to bash you over the head because I'm smarter than you are because I don't believe in God. I think that's arrogance. That's arrogance.
Sure. We want to welcome Cold Blue Rain to the room, also Fat Tom to the room, and also Jerry 90210 to the room. Welcome to the room. We're talking about Christmas. We're talking about where did it go wrong? Where did we stop saying Merry Christmas and we have to walk on eggshells to say Happy Holidays? That's what I really want to know. My company, I work for Remax. That's RyanEashoo.com. Shameful plug. We had a holiday party. And it really ticked me off because it's a Christmas party. So everywhere I went, I said, "You come to the Christmas party tonight? Are you going to the Christmas party?" And people just look at me like you're overkilling the Christmas part of it. But that's what we need to do. It's time we take it back. Or I even seen in one of the advertisements, and I don't want to even quote the store because I don't want to be wrong, but one of the stores out there doesn't actually say Christmas trees. They say holiday trees. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They say holiday trees. What's up with that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know any Jewish people that actually have a Hanukkah tree up. So, I mean, it's a Christmas tree,
Right. Let's see here. We got more people talking in the room. Freedom of speech seems to have been gone. Not fair. It says Cold Blue Rain. Phantom says exactly. Phantom says early 90s. It went hardcore. Cold Blue Rain says atheists celebrate Christmas. Phantom says I graduated in 94 and we could still put Christmas on papers. Phantom says, yeah, the new Ryan Eashoo page could already be up and done if I had access. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. I got to get that to you, I know. So anyway, that's where we're at. And talking about Christmas, what do you guys think about Christmas? Do you think it's kind of blown out of proportion that we have to say Happy Holidays? I mean, isn't the fact that we have to say Happy Holidays to some extent the same as the 20% being offended? Like I'm one of the 80%, okay? I'm offended that I have to say Happy Holidays, but isn't that the same pretenses as that 20% who are offended by Christmas? I mean, to me, it's kind of the same thing. 80% of the people have to say Happy Holidays now for the 20%, but the 20%. You see where I'm going here?
It's a reversal of the so-called democratic principles at stake. We're supposed to be democratic, but 80% is a larger portion than 20. I mean, I'm not a math whiz, but I can figure that out. And we're supposed to be so circumspect to their wishes that we have to forego our own. And I think that's just ridiculous. I really think that's just insane.
But isn't that a violation? I mean, to me, it almost seems like a violation of people's constitutional rights. Because if I said to someone that celebrated Hanukkah, it's Happy Holidays, you can't say Happy Hanukkah or Merry Hanukkah. Don't you think that they would take that very offensively and say you're violating my right?
I think they would. I mean,
and I feel the same way. If you say to me Happy Holidays, you can't say Happy Holidays anymore because you're going to offend somebody. Well, no, I think that's violating my constitutional rights. So I don't know. I guess that's a discussion that, more people need to talk about, and nobody does. So
Well, they don't want to offend anybody. That's what it is. They just don't want to offend anybody.
right, exactly.
Except for the 80% of the population who is, identifies himself as being Christian or Christian-esque,
Right. Christian-esque.
Yeah.
I got an email here from Bill in Fenton. He says, Ryan, I totally agree with you. The 20% are ruining it for the other 80%. Everywhere I go from here until January 1st, I will say Merry Christmas just for you. And I appreciate that, Bill. Thank you very much. Spread the word. It's Merry Christmas. Let's see here. Our phone lines are open. Our phone number is 810-208-1854. Call in if you like. Join us in a live chat at flinttalkradio.com. And let's talk about Christmas. Let's talk about the park system. Let's talk about the things that you want to talk about. And actually, can we make a phone call? I want to check in with a good friend of mine.
I don't want to give the number out, so I just write it down.
No, it's
on a piece
okay.
of paper. Hold on here. Let me call it up.
We're gonna call the lunch studio.
Okay, hold on here. Okay. Where's the Magic Jack? I'm just trying to get to the Magic Jack. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. What is the number?
810.
810.
424.
424.
9868.
9868. Okay, and
We're calling Tracy at the lunch studio to check in to see how everything's going there. Hopefully it doesn't blare my ears out.
Lunch studio, this is Sarah.
Yes, I'd like to place an order, please.
Sure, for pickup?
Delivery.
Where's it going to be delivered to?
To 1714 Oklahoma Avenue.
Are you being for real?
Yes, I am. Do you deliver that far?
I don't even know where that is.
East Side.
Of course we don't deliver over there.
Oh, man. This is Ryan Eashoo, and you're live on the Ryan Eashoo Show.
Ryan, please don't do that to me.
Is this Sarah?
Yes, this is
How
Sarah.
are you, hon? How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. Are you guys busy down there at the lunch studio?
No, we're wrapping up one delivery right now.
Are you? Is good. Is Tracy in?
She is, but she's actually physically on the grill right now.
She's on the grill? That sounds
Well,
hot.
her hands are on the grill. It does not look comfortable.
That sounds hot. All right, well, just tell her that Ryan Eashoo at the Ryan Eashoo Show is just calling in to check on her and the lunch studio because we love to eat there.
Good. You should come by sometime soon.
I was there yesterday.
I'll make you your favorite turkey sandwich.
Tell my listeners out there, because you're live on my show, what is my favorite sandwich at the lunch studio?
Ryan likes to call me up and antagonize me until I make him a turkey sandwich. Do you like it on wheat or sourdough?
I like it
I think you've had it both ways. He likes American cheese and lettuce.
Yes.
And what, mayo? Is that right?
Extra mayo.
Extra mayo.
Yes. All right. Well, Sarah, thank you very much. And if anybody is listening right now, next time you go to the lunch studio, tell them Ryan Eashoo sent you and harass Sarah for me and Tracy.
Our special today was the awesome roast beef sandwich with horsey sauce on an onion roll.
Yum, that sounds good. What kind of soup did you have today?
We had cheesy potato and minestrone.
That's my favorite soup down there. Do you have any left?
know.
Do you have any left?
There's maybe a cup of it left.
All right, hold it for me. I'm going to buy it tomorrow. Seriously.
Oh, no. Tracy ate it.
She did?
Yeah, there really was just a little bit.
All right. Well, next Thursday then.
All right, Ryan, you better make it down here.
I will. Have a great day, hon.
See ya.
Yep. Bye-bye. That's our good friends down at the lunch studio in downtown Flint, 4444 South Saginaw Street. That was Sarah and Tracy working hard down there. Good people. So check out the lunch studio. Go to thelunchstudio.com for more information. Let's make another phone call to another one of our friends.
Okay, who is it?
Actually, I'm going to... Yeah, it's okay. 810-397...
397
6091.
6081. Okay.
Yeah, he's not telling them Merry Christmas.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I will from now on. Thank you, Tom. Caller. We love to have fun at the Ryan Eashoo Show.
Hello?
Hi, is this Lois?
Yes.
Do you have a moment to speak? Is this Lois with the Yoga Loft?
Yes, it is.
Do you have a moment to speak with us?
Yes, who is this?
This is Ryan Eashoo. You're live on the Ryan Eashoo Show.
Oh, hi, Ryan.
How are you today?
I'm fine. I'm live.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm wonderful.
Good, excellent. Well, we appreciate your sponsorship of the Ryan Eashoo Show, and I just wanted to call you today just to see how everything's going at the Yoga Loft.
Well, you should come up and find out for yourself, don't you think?
I should, yes. And I actually,
yes.
In January,
I think I saw a commitment like that on Facebook.
In January, I'm going to start.
That's what I saw on Facebook. You are committing.
I am. I'm practicing my warrior and my child's pose.
Yeah, and Friday I'm coming to your station with Megan, and we're gonna
on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow at 3:30. 3:30, according to John. But I got to find Oklahoma and Minnesota.
Well, they're far away on the map.
Now the states
17, yeah, they are far away. 17, 14.
Yes, that's correct.
Well, but you know what, Ryan?
What?
Let me tell you something.
Tell me.
I'm in front of Kathleen at this moment, and my phone is beeping like I'm going to lose you. So I'm going to go bleeping off the air because my battery is going to die.
That's fine. We just wanted to check in with you, Lois, and we appreciate everything you do and all the hard work you guys do at the Yoga Loft.
Well, we're tuning in right now, so I hope we get... Oh, Kathleen just tuned in. Now I can hear us.
Merry Christmas.
Well, thank you, Brian. Or Ryan. Thank you, Ryan.
You're welcome. And
Ryan,
what?
And thank you for the pictures of the puppies and my daughter under the full moon.
Oh, you're welcome. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a good night there, wasn't it? Did you have fun downtown for the Christmas party?
Yes, and it's going to get bigger every year because Kathleen's going to make it that way.
She is. She's taken over Flint.
Yes, she's going to be a big woman. She's already a big woman in a little body.
She is. I mean, the poses that she can do in yoga, I'm trying to teach her. She does that one pose where the legs go behind her head.
Yes, she can.
Can guys do that?
One at a time. One at a time.
Only she can't do both?
We're working on it.
Okay, good. Excellent. All right, Lois. Well, thanks for all you do. And
well, thank you.
We look forward to seeing you soon.
Am I going to see you tomorrow?
No, you're not.
No.
No.
Well, I'm disappointed, but I'll be there to see John with Megan.
All right, that sounds great, and I'll tune in tomorrow and see you. I might call in.
All right.
All right, take care.
Thanks for the call.
Merry Christmas.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was Lois from the Yoga Loft. Great lady there. Make sure you check out the Yoga Loft in downtown Flint in Buckham Gallery at 134 and a half West 2nd Street, downtown Flint. Or you can go to their website, yogaloftflint.com, or call Lois personally at 397-6091. Nice lady there. John, are you going to do yoga?
Actually, I was interested in doing it, but I don't know the schedule here because
there's hot chicks in
yoga.
I
know. See, we got like after the first year, we're gonna have like 4 more shows going up on a regular basis.
But they have like Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
I'll be pretty much here every day. I'll be up here at least every day for first half of the first.
Okay, well, like Mondays, they have a 7:30 a.m., a 9:30 a.m., 11:45 lunchtime.
7 a.m. My nose doesn't even run. It's 7 a.m.
5:30 p.m.
Yeah.
And then Sundays you could come, stay for tea time and pillow talk.
I like tea,
Do you like pillow talk?
I don't know. I don't know exactly what that means.
Not with you.
Sounds fun.
Not with another guy, probably, but no.
But there's hot chicks in yoga.
I know. That's what me and Tom were talking about.
And as a guy, you always got to sit in the back of the class.
But like I said, you got to participate. You just can't sit back there. They don't want voyeurs, okay?
We want to welcome Kitty to the room. She says, "Meow, Eashoo." She says, "Pillow Talk rocks. Come join us for Pillow Talk." Kitty is live in our chat room online. What is Pillow Talk? The guys here want to know.
I guess they just sit on pillows. I don't.
Cold Blue Rain says, "I've never been to the Yoga Loft." Well, Cold Blue Rain, maybe you need to go. Then Fat Tom says, "I miss laying in bed and having pillow talk with you." What?
No.
Oh, with Kitty. Come and find out, Kitty says. So yeah, the Yoga Loft, make sure you check it out. Great place, good people, helping Flint. And you know, you go to the Yoga Loft, and the skills that these people have, they're very educated. It's a great facility. You feel like you're in a big-time town. You know, you really feel like you're in Chicago or New York doing it. It's right in the gallery there, so it's a great. I mean, it's
an elegant setting, kind of a simple, very simple but elegant kind of setting. I think
peaceful.
Peaceful, yeah. It's like very clean, very austere. I like that. Spartan, I guess you'd call it too. I like that.
I do too.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that's going to wrap up our show for today. It's been a great show, and we appreciate people tuning in to our new time, Thursdays from 3 to 4 p.m. Make sure you tell your friends. Also, if you don't mind, people out there, if I could ask a favor of you guys, when you're on Facebook, if you could go to the Ryan Eashoo Show, and then you under the picture on the Ryan Eashoo Show, you can actually suggest friends. So go through your friends list and send an ad request to your friends so they can too also become friends to the Ryan Eashoo Show. That would be great. I would really appreciate that. The more listeners, the better. If you have show topics you want to get out there, you know, let me know. Send me an email. And I'm going to get my information to my website guy, Tom. He was actually going to get my website up and running. He's done a great amount of work right now. We appreciate what he's done. And that should be up and running here soon. So you'll pretty soon will be able to go to the RyanEashooShow.com and check out all the stuff with quizzes and local news, national news. We're going to have blogs and things we're going to talk about, pictures and all that jazz. So don't forget to check that out as well. But we'd like to know what you want to talk about, so let us know. We appreciate everyone listening, tuning in, sending their emails, their chats, their instant messages, all that stuff. I'm Ryan Eashoo for FlintTalkRadio.com and the Ryan Eashoo Show. We want to say thanks to the producers here today and everybody else, and we will see you next week on the Ryan Eashoo